Okay, so good morning, and today we're going to be doing top to bottom analysis on GBPJPY, British Pound, Japanese Yen, starting on the monthly time frame. And as we usually do, we'll start by identifying our zones. Our zones are essentially high level support and resistance. What we call zones are high level support and resistance. So we have a monthly zone here, which is essentially the support and resistance level. You can see that the most accurate way for me to represent this zone will probably be with something like this. Yeah, but I don't like drawing this on my chart because if I identify my zones with this, it's a bit wide actually. But if I identify my zones with this, when I go down to the smaller time frames, it will just occupy the entire chart. So I prefer to use lines, and then I use the lower time frame psychological levels as the barriers for these zones. Anyways, you can see that price came here, price came down, price broke through it, and retested it more than once before going up, making that a valid zone. Once again, you have another zone here, monthly zone. Another monthly zone here. Let's adjust it a bit. Okay. Let's zoom out to see if we can find anything. Seems to be a zone around here. So we have another zone here. Because you can see price bounce off of this at this level. Price passed through here, but then showed its respective retraced here. Then price showed quite a bit of respect on that level. So that's a valid zone. So this is another motivation. We can actually also draw a trend line from here to here. It's a monthly trend line. Why am I bothering to draw my monthly trend lines? The monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, they are both these time frames are too high for any trend line drawing to really have any relevance. But like I say in all my videos, if there's no relevance, then the practice is reason enough. Okay, hold on. Let me adjust this here. Okay, so now we'll go down to the weekly time frame and we'll do the exact same thing. We identify our monthly zones. There's a level here. We identify our monthly zones. Sorry. Next, we'll go down to the weekly time frame and we identify our zones, our support levels, our resistance levels, our support and resistance, as well as our trend lines on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, you can see that there's a level here. This is a weekly zone. Let's zoom out a bit. That's what else you can see. We have another zone here. Here we have a support level and a resistance level. Very soon I'll get a microphone to improve the quality of my videos audio. But for now, okay. So it doesn't seem like there are any trend lines that we can draw. It's a level here, sure. Okay, so now let's go down to the daily time frame. And okay, but before we go down, there is a trend line that can be drawn here. Yep, you can have a trend line there. This should be a weekly trend line. Okay, so now we've currently gone down to the daily time frame, and we want to do the same things. Identify our daily zones, which is essentially support and resistance levels. Although it's not very clear, there's actually a zone here because you can see that price bounces off of this level, not just once, but quite a few times. We have a daily zone there. We also have one here because we have resistance that became support at this level. So here we have another daily zone. Here we have another daily zone. And that's about it. Okay, so there are trend lines. Okay, there's actually a trend line that we can draw here. Yes, two of them actually. We can draw one across these 2 points like this, or we can draw one across these 2 points. Okay, no, this trend line is not valid. So maybe this one is valid. So this is our daily trend line. Okay, so now that we've identified our daily zones, the next thing we're going to do is to identify our trend origin. Okay, so we have our trend origin here. We have our trend origin here, and then we identify our market structure. So we have an impulsive move, a correctional move, an impulsive move, a correctional move, a correctional move here actually. The reason why the correctional move is here and not any of these points is because this point in price never broke through this point in price. Anyways, so following up to a correction, an impulsive move is just here, 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 and here. I'm not sure if this actually counts as an impulsive move. Okay, no, this one doesn't count. So it's actually like this. Sorry. So this is actually the impulsive move, meaning that this is the follow-up correctional move. Yeah, so that's it. So now we identify our swing highs and our swing lows. So these are our swing highs. So sorry, these are our swing lows. So these are our swing lows. And next we identify our swing highs. These are our swing highs, which can also be known as, which are also known as higher highs. Okay, so now we'll go down to the lower time frame and we'll check here, we'll check here, we'll check here, we'll check here, and we'll see if there's any pattern that appears. Because these blue boxes I have circled are the highest points that price gets to before switching from an impulsive move to a correctional move on the daily time frame. Price is currently on an impulsive move, so what we should be watching out is for the moment when it switches to a correctional move, because price will continue to be in an uptrend until it switches from this impulsive move to a correctional move. So if we do not see the signal that price has moved switch to a correctional move, that means that we can buy and we should be buying. But once we see it, then we are out and we'll be looking for sales. Okay, so let's see any patterns that appear. If you're using a line chart, you can see that the highest points that price gets to before getting into a correctional move, a tiny M pattern appears. It's just that this M pattern is so small in the grand scale of things that it's a little bit hard to identify specifically. But similarly, I think we can also say that we have an M pattern here and another M pattern here. So price formed about two M patterns on the same level before forming the final M pattern. So let's okay, I'm so sorry. I haven't even deleted this guy yet. Should be deleting it. Oh, let's leave it actually. Let's leave it. Okay, so switching to the line chart to get a clearer view. Nothing in particular. But you can see an M pattern here. Although it's a rather large M pattern, but we can see an M pattern here. Here we don't have an M pattern, but instead we have triple tops. Here we have a very clear M pattern. Even on the line chart, it's very clear. So we have an M pattern here. So we have an M pattern here. Okay, so if price forms an M pattern here, then we'll be looking to sell this pair. Because in my eyes, price has, look at this, price has formed an M pattern here and then has come down here. So if price formed another M pattern here, then there's a high likelihood that price will come down to this point. And if price comes down to this point, then we should be expecting price to come down even lower. So probably you should be able to take a trade up until maybe somewhere around here. But just for the sake of safety, this should be your approximate target. Let's drop it a bit sharp. So this is my full expectation on GBPJPY. I'm expecting a dip in the value of price. So that's it for analysis on this pair. Okay, wow. I still have 2 minutes left for the end of the video. But still, that's it for top to bottom analysis on GBPJPY.